Hey everybody, my name is Shawn Powell. I'm going to show you an online business for 2022. It is a 7-year-old business. It has a great owner, great support, and though I have done other businesses and have been successful in every one I've ever done, nothing has come close to what Exitus Elite can make for you in life-changing income. The biggest difference I've seen with this system compared to other is quality. That's the number one thing. Paul Stevenson, the owner, has been doing online businesses and storefronts for over 30 years, and I've never seen anybody that mimics so much of understanding how to make a business work. I understand that getting seen, getting heard, if I'm not getting seen and I'm not getting heard, I can't grow, point blank, period. And letting people connect with me, showing that I believe in the business is the answers. And sitting in the right vehicle, y'all, like Exitus Elite, where it's a $40,000 month, right on, from this company, and having people 6 years, 7 years later, still smiling from ear to ear doing this business is the difference between this and some free or cheap to sign up business where literally I was number one and left because I knew that I felt like I had to get every person in my zip code just to make enough money to pay the bills. And though I was number one, it might have been really pretty and I might have been making a list. There's a difference between a lead and a list from a free to cheap sign up as opposed to 90% of the people coming in at the $1,000 or higher level. That's putting yourself in the right vehicle to make life-changing income. This is a picture of me and my little boy right here. This is actually a couple of months old now. I printed this little thing I'm going to show you in just a second when I created it. So that was a few months back. But that's my little boy at 14 years old. And I've been home for half his life. This was us. I surprised him, took him to Olive Garden that day, and so it was just me and him out and about. This is me. We made 4,000 in 4 days. We were again. I think we were sitting on the couch playing something or something. Almost always, whatever we're doing, I usually like to take images, things of that nature. But y'all, let me show you. This is when I got free from a job, May 7th of 2015. This was in a 30-day time frame when this image was taken. It was me doing a YouTube video telling people what I thought about my business, and he wanted to be part of it. So he went around over there and sat in my lap and waved to everybody, and that was the image right here. But from that moment, pretty much to now, that's what half my son's life I've been home, and that's been priceless. And that's what the right kind of vehicle would do for you. I'm gonna cover this extremely quick, y'all. Give me 2 seconds to get back up here at the beginning. And I'm going to honestly tell you what I think about Exitus Elite, a huge overview, and why 2022 is still the right vehicle to be sitting in for online business. So if you ever notice, y'all, almost always I got a picture of me and my girlfriend, or me and my son, or me and out doing something. If we're on the yacht, if we're on the paddle boat, if we're whatever we're doing, usually around water. We're sitting in a boat here. As a matter of fact, this is a new pontoon boat that we bought a couple of months back in the summertime. So, but I like to let these people connect with me every step of the way. So here's some training right here for you. Whatever way you choose to get out to people, it don't matter. Use your strong points. If you're really good at email marketing, if you're really good or whatever it is, make sure you have you in there these people connect with, because people join people, and that's the element so many people are missing, and they don't have to be. And here's the thing. A lot of y'all, you got your hang-ups. You don't like how you look. You think you're too fat, you're the wrong color, you're the wrong nationality, you don't have enough hair, whatever it may be. I'm entirely blind in my right eye. I had to come over this as much as anybody. Believe me, sitting down, matching record, even like I showed you a picture of me and my little boy, that was the hardest thing for me because I personally did not like taking pictures. I went 2 decades where you couldn't find a picture of me. And every picture of my little boy was almost just him. It was never us together. And again, I think that's why the image meant so much to me, is because it was me and my little boy sitting there together. And I didn't have many pictures. I was always dad behind the camera. So anyhow, real important to let people connect with you. This was us out and about. We were sitting at a restaurant, made $1,000 commission. This was in Wilmington at one of our favorite Indochine. If you're from around here, awesome restaurant, absolutely awesome. It's a beautiful place. 4,000 in 4 days. Me and my little boy cutting up. So what is Exitus Elite? Exitus Elite is a complete training system and support. It's a very powerful one-up system. Most quality system I've ever seen for any one-up system. If I had to pick just one way to run one business or system to run way to make six-figure income, it would be Exitus Elite. and it still is. I've joined them August the 1st of 2016. I've got over 300 videos for Exitus Elite alone. I just made a video a minute ago. I've got another video I need to upload. We went to Tennessee, and while we were there, I didn't do it, so I'm gonna have to do that today. So if you understand, I'm making videos on a regular basis. This isn't something I'm gonna jump in and be gone next week. I've been a part of Exitus Elite for a long time. Now, it's a complete training system, which means that not only do you have a system that's going to help you sell Exitus Elite that's high quality, you're also looking at having a system that's going to teach them what to do, no matter how they decide to get out to people. So, and here's a big tip right here, y'all. How I got free from the job is I picked a way to get out to people, and I focused at that one way, knowing I wasn't going to quit, and I mastered it that way. So even though I had nothing more than an old S3 phone and a $4 stand to do at my kitchen table or Facebook accounts, I was able to get free from the job in 6 months, doing 60 to 100 plus leads a day, just because I had disciplined myself to put the work in. Secondly, because I understood that people join people. So I need to give these people someone to connect with. And then only join businesses you believe in, y'all, because people can sense it. Can you imagine making 300 videos like I have in the YouTube world, and if I didn't believe in what I do? You see what I'm saying? I mean, you could scroll down here for a long time. And look, every one of these Exitus Elite. Well, actually, there's a NordicTrack one right here. I got that video. I was on my way to the beach right here. We have a yacht. There's an actual walkthrough of our yacht right here. So anyhow, other than that, you're pretty much looking at, these are all Exitus Elite videos, and you can go down a long ways before you see that. If you want to know what's going on in my life, you can watch the videos. I told you I went to Tennessee the other day. We, let's see, here's down, me and my girlfriend out and about. We were looking at getting a new Cadillac SUV. That's the one we bought. This is when went and looked at another one. So, so you can tell I'm a real person, is what I'm trying to say, by just watching my videos, because I believe in the business. All I got to do is sit down, mash record, and let go. And I understand that I'm giving exactly what people are looking for. Someone that believes in the business, who's accessible, is applying action, and that's it. You don't need to be a guru. You just need to be those three things, y'all. And anybody can do that for their businesses. While I'm away from this one, I will go ahead and show you real quick, y'all. Lead capture pages right here. I actually made my first 10,000 inside of Exitus Elite using this page, as simple as that is, back in 2016. So I'm glad it didn't remove some of these pages, but you get to pick the best quality pages. I have used this one so many times. I've had a lot of really good results using this system, this capture page. To me, I think it just really shows the quality of what Paul Stevenson has in mind for the company. I've never seen any capture page that has video that looks this good. And if you know that the capture pages look this good, you know the system is going to be quality. So over and over again, every time I think Paul Stevenson's name and Exitus Elite, I think of quality. And I think that's also why you have other leaders that has been with Exitus Elite for 6 years, like I have, or 7 years, or whatever it's going to be, all the way from the beginning, and still doing this business, because it is a next level compared to other businesses. So let me refresh this one so you can take a look at this. This is we've cracked the code to $1,000 commissions. Now, what I do, y'all, is I do make my own capture page sales pages. I have my 3-generation bonus training. All that's going to be accessible to our team, me and 2 other 6-figure earners that absolutely love one-up systems. And you get different perspectives of people that got free from the job. Adriana's been free for 6 years. I've been free for 7 years. And Kelly and Jonathan, my generation 2 down here, has been free for going on about 6 years as well. I remember when they came into online business. And matter of fact, they're underneath me in this business inside of Exitus Elite. So I'm tickled to death to have them part of it. But we've done different one-up systems at the same times. There's been times where all 3 of us together, but often we are doing different things. But the training is not any different per se. You see what I'm saying? So it's universal training on how to do one-up systems. So I'm giving you that for anybody who comes to G1000, G2000 inside of Exitus Elite. On top of that, y'all, I have my own payment page. If you like to use that, you can. We get to pick how we want to get paid, so that works for that. And then over here, I actually have my capture page, my own personal ones that I create, that takes me to a sales funnel that I explain the business. But most of the time, I already explained it in my YouTube videos. So when people are coming through, they're usually just ready to sign up. And in that time frame, usually they contact me. I send out my downline's last link so that they can sign up underneath them. We're going to get them qualified because I put your first member in for you at the G1000, G2000, and then I'm going to do the exact same thing for you. I've been doing that longer than anybody else in the entire company inside of Exitus Elite, and I'm not going to change. That's one of my biggest gifts I can give my downline. I absolutely love to do it. So this is me making 17,000 in 30 days. This has been, I think this was last year when this was taken. $3,000 a day, a 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. Right here, you see a couple of them. I know it's kind of tiny print, but that's as big as let me get it. In 30 days, wrong business is done right. It's still the wrong business. This is about getting in the right vehicle, y'all. This is me being number one in the world and leaving a business. This is back when that image was taken. I was doing that business. I'm not going to mention the name. It's still around. It's legit. It's just $33 commissions, where even at 350 members, I wasn't making enough money to barely pay the bills. I was free from the job. At least I wasn't running my tail off in the restaurant like I used to. But at the same time, I wasn't putting a lot of money in the bank either. So the wrong business done right is still the wrong business. I left number one in the world. I stayed number one to the time I left this place, y'all. Once I went number one on the leaderboard. And when I left there, I went to vehicles where I started making $13,000 in a month. 40,000 plus months like here in Exitus Elite, y'all. And this is when life started changing. First time I'd ever made $50,000 to $60,000 sitting in a bank was in Exitus Elite. That's what that image is for right here. 4,000 in 4 days right here. This is 40,000 in 30 days in Exitus Elite life-changing income. I put your first member in for you, G1000, G2000, plus my 3-generation bonus training. I could put anyone in this business and not having to worry about them getting hurt or the owner making terrible decisions. That is a fact. Back in 2018, when I first came in 2016, I made incredible money. There was another business that my downline was going crazy about me wanting to be in. I was losing people because I wasn't doing it. So I jumped into it, and just like usual, I made good money, but the owner wound up making stupid decisions, ran it into the ground. So I was done. I was like, you know what? I'm not joining businesses that I'm going to keep having issues with the owners making stupid decisions like that. So Paul Stevenson, back in 2018, I decided I was going to focus at this, and that's what I've done. So it has been my primary business. Even though I started in 2016, I really say 2018 was the year that I moved forward as being, as this is my primary, and I'm not looking something else. I'm not going to, I don't look things. I'm just not going to go with bad owners. So I knew I could be taken care of in this company. We get paid immediately. We get to pick out how we want to get paid. It is priceless company. Now, and Exitus Elite has been around since the summer of 2014, over 7 years, and still growing like crazy. Lots of enthusiasm in this business from old veterans and new members. Facebook group is crawling with daily and weekly $1,000 or more sales constantly. Somebody made $6,000 in the last, I think it was like in 3 days. This was a few days ago. We went to Tennessee, and I remember seeing, the commissions coming in for them. And to me, I think what's best about this is it's not about all big leaders. It's not about the people that's been around forever. I see people, we have a leaderboard. I'm on there a lot. I probably am now. I don't check it often, to be honest. But I hear people, my downline, tell me I'm up there a lot. And it's awesome that when I go look, I see names of people I have no idea who they are. And, knowing that they made 5,000 or whatever they made, or the first time they've ever made money online. I've had downline come in that couldn't sell an $18 business, and they make 3,000 their first month. And to me, that's what the right vehicle is. And do you know the excitement and enthusiasm they're going to have? Well, this is what the Facebook group has for these people. And y'all, right now is getting ready to be 2022 in just a few weeks. There's no better time than right before Christmas to get into the right vehicle. And after Christmas, because of the fact that people spent so much money, they're going to be looking like crazy. This is the awesome opportunity for the right vehicle to be putting your people in that are going to be taken care of. We're still adding new training. Good. I'm going to move this real quick, y'all. Live webinars with the owner and usually a guest every Wednesday. Well, it's not every Wednesday. It used to be for a while. Sometimes, Paul Stevenson, he winds up he's got storefronts too. Things do happen at times, but we do still have them on a regular basis where you can plug your people in sometimes. Sometimes we do it for our leads. Most of the time, it's for the members, and we'll have somebody as like a 6 or 7 figure earner, like my buddy right here, Darren, has been with Exitus Elite for as long as I have been. As a matter of fact, for 6 years now. And Paul will ask him questions. He'll give good training, things of that nature. I enjoyed this one. That's the reason I was glad I took that screenshot right here, because I really enjoyed that webinar. Here's another webinar, maybe about a couple of weeks later, where the Paul Stevenson had actually asked for his lawyer to come in, and we could ask questions directly to the lawyer and listen to what we could and couldn't do, guidelines and things that have changed, things moving forward. And this is why Paul Stevenson, 7 years later, we're still growing, and people are still excited, and we're not getting in trouble with FTC or SEC or things of that nature. And here's a big one right here, y'all. Even though I'm a huge fan of Exitus Elite, I love this business. Paul Stevenson's the best owner. Paul and Exitus Elite has never gave me a dime. We don't get paid by the company. We pay each other. We get to pick how we want to get paid. We get paid immediately, and we always make 100% commissions. So with that being said, it takes all the stress off of Exitus Elite. You understand what I'm saying? It's not like they're paying us. They're not using PayPal, and PayPal's decided they don't like us, and then next thing you know, we got trouble and stuff like that. None of that can take place because they don't pay us. And by doing that, that has a lot of stress removed from the company. And when we do get investigated, basically, as long as Paul's paying his taxes, we're good. You see what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I mean, it's always awesome to have the owner that he brings in people like this, so we can ask people directly, for the lawyers who's keeping up with exactly what's going on, what you can and can't do, can say, and things of that nature. It's pretty awesome. So this is what some of the things look like. G2000 was actually being introduced. Paul wanted to ask us first what we thought about it. So he reached out to me, reached out to a couple others talking about the G2000 before it happened. But we had webinars where he would show you what it would be like. We're going to have $1,900 override. So somebody come in at $100 level and their member come in underneath them at $2,000 level. We're going to make $1,900. They're only going to make $100. This is going to help push these people to upgrade. Their first one's going to be a pass up at $2,000. So that's going to be pretty awesome right there. Plus the chances of upgrade from $100 to $2,000 or $1,900. So again, that's such a high percentage of people, coming in at such a high level. Exitus Elite has a 90% ratio that comes in at G1000 or higher. I've never seen a company like 7 years old still have a ratio like it's ridiculous. Question and answer. This is what the webinar at the end looks like. Paul has people that write stuff down. We asked either the person that was being interviewed or Paul Stevenson exactly directly to him. And at the end, he just goes down and scrolls down and answers all the questions. Usually 30, 45 minutes long, and sometimes that's the best part of the webinar, to be honest. So if you didn't upgrade to come in G1000, want to go to G2000, so my downline did that, that's fine, y'all. I'm still going to put your first member in for you at G2000 as well. So you're okay with that either way. But all you have to do is pay the difference between the admin fee, which is the only money Exitus Elite makes because we make 100% commissions, and then that takes care of all the webinars, all these updates that we have to the system, stuff of that nature. So Paul is, that's basically what their money is going to be made. And it's so little compared to what we make. It's pretty awesome. And then the rest of the money is going to be ours. So you just pay the difference between the admin fee and then the difference between, let's say, G1000, G2000, and bam, you're unlocked. So you're not getting punished just because you didn't upgrade. That's Paul Stevenson right here. 30 years of online business. I can't talk good enough about him. Cherry pick any of my 1,300 videos, which I have over 300 of them, almost 1/4 now, or for Exitus Elite, and you're going to wind up hearing me talk just as good about Paul as I did this one. Awesome, awesome owner. Okay, let's see here. And again, y'all, this is me and my little boy halfway of his life being home. Y'all, this is a pretty simple business. Simplicity works. The rabbit holes that you go down is really simple. The training I give is going to be me and 2 other 6-figure earners. I'm not the type to get hung up. If Instagram's how you want to get out to people and Miss Adriana shows you the way and you make $1 million, I couldn't be any happier. I'd be tickled to death to know that you came through and made it. The whole point is it's about getting you to where you can make it. For me personally, it was me getting over my hangups. Me being entirely blind on my right and sitting down and letting go in front of people on a video was hard for me. That was my hangup. But I understood that I wanted my freedom for me and my little boy more than I cared what anybody thought. So I had to mature a little bit. I had to grow. My life needed to change. And I'm not the same person I was before. I know that. So these are the kind of things that I've learned. Maybe you have to get over your hangups. Paul, let's see, what was Kelly and Jonathan, my generation 2 in my training, what made them different was when they came in on day 1, they were like I was. They didn't have a pride issue. They were out there trying to get out to people, even if they didn't know the answers. Their excitement and enthusiasm. And y'all understand something. You're going to learn by applying action. That's going to teach you more than anything else. So pick a way to get out to people and start putting the work in, effort, and learn from it. It doesn't matter if you mess up, you're still going to learn from it. That's more important than if whether or not you ran a straight line, didn't have no issues. To be honest, y'all, when you mess up, you learn more from messing up than usually you do when you do something right the first time. And this is so valuable when you're going to be a leader and have your downline. When they ask you questions like, you know what, I tried that, y'all. Let me tell you what happened to me. This is just me. And then tell them what happened and how you messed up. I didn't need somebody to kick my tail. I kicked my own tail if I did something stupid. And I can tell y'all, when you read something and you think that you're learning, that it's great, but it's still only theory until you apply action. And applying action is what's going to make you go down that path. And that's it. That's how you find your way, y'all. Learning to make it work for you your way by you applying your action. That's the way to do it. All right, y'all. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. This is my second video. I've got 3 going up today alone. Next couple of days I'll have some coming up. I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna hammer away. We've been taking too many vacations. I need to be home working, to be honest. I've enjoyed it. I've been looking forward to making videos. So if you're ready to do this business, y'all, I want you to leave a comment down below. Go ahead and put a like and comment. It helps a lot for us content makers. YouTube, it has a chance to, it often evolves and things of that nature, y'all. There's certain reasons as to why a video does good and not, and often if you see leaders all of a sudden they have 1,000 views in a day, it's usually because they paid for it. Some of them don't even do a really good job at that, so don't be surprised if you see videos pop up and then gone. But y'all, I can tell you this: the answer to a $1,000 business is finding ones you believe in. It's going to be the right vehicle that can change your life because it's cheap enough that people can come into it. Yet every time you get an email saying you made $1,000, it is life-changing income. And that's the vehicles that pays houses off, that pays vacations, that takes stress off of you for every month paying bills and things of that nature. It's going to be putting yourself in that right vehicle, and that's what Exitus Elite is. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Tell me you want me to put your first member in for you. Reach out to me. We'll go ahead and get you started. I appreciate it, and see you in the next video.